Hi everybody, how are you doing today? Pray that you are doing fine. I am doing good. Oh my goodness, I forgot to put cream on my hands are dry. Yeah, so I just thought that I want to discuss about the mistakes that I made when I came to Germany. And those same mistakes some other people do make it. And yeah, so maybe if you are out there and you are living in Germany, and or you are in Kenya, and maybe one time you tend to go out of the country, maybe it will be a good tip for you, maybe not, but whichever way it depends on whichever way you will take it. Yeah, so when I came to Germany, I like, okay, before I start saying what actually I want to discuss right now, when I came here, I got married for 2 and 6 months only, because my ex used to travel a lot. And you know, here in Germany, their way of thinking of some people are different. It's not like the way we think, we blacks. So we have different culture, we have different mentality. So one thing I realized, that marriage here, some people don't value very much. They see it as just paperwork. But back home, even though nowadays, even in marriages, it's complicated nowadays. It's not like those old days of our parents, whereby they kept their marriage. If if the marriage is on the rocks, they would try to work it out. But the life of today, I don't know why I see my thing is not straight. Yeah, so I don't know. The life today is different though. So why I'm saying that is the way he explained to me when he was leaving me, my ex-husband. He was a German. We only lived together for 2.5 years ago. That's a long time. It was, I'm talking about 20 years ago. Some of you might have not been born by then. So what happened is that he used to travel a lot. His work was to do with repairing commercial photocopy machines, and his company could send him in different countries. And we were home with my son. My son now is grown, and he came and said that he feels that he's always away from the family, that it doesn't feel like the marriage will work out well, so it's better we go separate. So for me, I had taken the marriage seriously, and I knew it's for good, for better, and for worse. So it really hit me hard that, in fact, I got over it after 1 year. After 1 year is when I got over it. I mourned it like as if somebody died, you know. And it's not that he used it to escape from the marriage. He meant what he said, because I knew him. I came to know him a little bit, and I know that's the reason, because he realized that most of his time he's spending outside in the country, or out of the town where I was in. And I'm going to close one window here. It's bringing me cold. Just a moment. So I went to close one window. Yeah, I think if you have been following my channel, I told you that I have only one apartment, and it has something like up in the woods. If you look, you can see it's wooden, and the roof also, let me show you. You see, I'm closer to the roof because I'm in the rooftop. Just to let you know how my apartment looks like a little bit. I'm in the rooftop, and the rooftop is like the way you always see the balcony outside. And so I can look at my room downstairs from here. It's just like something up. I use it as a store, like I explained before, and that's where I also sew. I thought maybe it could be better I do my videos here, so that I don't keep my stands and everything down. And before I continue, I always jump from one place to another. I'm so sorry. Before I continue, the reason why I even decided to be upstairs here, I started YouTube about, is it 5 years ago? Let me see. I started YouTube before I explain my story. Some years back, but it was by the help of a friend. So I didn't know to do things. I didn't know anything much. And after, because I used to go to her place and do that, and we had agreed that I would be going to her place and I do the videos, but then later on I realized that's a lot of work. Then I stopped. But then I wanted to continue, and that's the time I bought the lights. I want to see which year I bought these lights. Yeah, and I want to tell you why I moved upstairs here, just to know. And let me see. I was still new, so if you see any mistake, please don't crucify me. So let me show you. These were my first videos. You can see. These were my first videos. And I was interviewing one lady there. And that was, let me see the year, 4 years ago. So those 4 years ago is when I bought this light. Let me show you. So this light, you can see, there are 2 of them. After I stopped doing at her place because she lived very far and she had organized her place where I could do the video, but she thought that she felt I should do that. I had already wanted to do it some years before. You know, I delayed my destiny, but now it's never too late. Some years before I wanted to do it, and I started and I made so good videos, but I don't know where I kept them. I kept them somewhere. I believe I still have them. And there was one I did so well that I normally say one time I will download it if I find where I put them, because my house is, I don't know, small things to find is not easy. So what I want to say is that 4 years ago is when I bought this light, and then I put them in the store, to an extent that I almost gave them to one lady. She also started YouTube, and she started because of me. And I was telling her how these big lights, I don't like it anymore. I want the latest one, the small ones, you know, this size. I don't remember the name. And she said I should give I almost gave her. But today I was thinking, you use what you have before you get another one. So, and I thought, where would I put this big size? Because this is the size, you know them, you YouTubers know them. And so I was like, okay, maybe I make a space upstairs where I can be doing the discussion. And that's why I moved upstairs here. I had to remove my table where I normally cut the clothes, because this is where I cut my materials. I had to remove the table. So anytime I want to cut the clothes, I'm yawning because it's late. Let me drink some tea. Big cup. So what I want to say is that that's the reason I'm upstairs here. And I think it's better because of this big thing, and I don't have to fold them again because they will look ugly in my room. The length, the size. So sometimes I can do here and sometimes I can sit downstairs. So let's go back to the main topic. The main topic was that these are the mistakes I did that I want to tell you guys. Whether you are coming for studies, whether you are married, there are some mistakes I did. I didn't, when my husband said that we separate, and as I was saying, it's their way of things. They take marriage so like normal, but not all, completely all of them, but majority. Marriage for them is something you can marry and you can divorce. It doesn't matter. But me, as an African lady, where I come from, I thought marriage is something we really take serious, and maybe I'm the one who took serious. I don't know nowadays how Kenyans take it, because I see a lot of things, a lot of programs of divorces and every challenges of marriage, to an extent that I wonder if marriages are still existing. Pardon me. I wonder if there's still love in this earth. You know, one thing I've been asking myself, is there love on this earth anymore? I'm wondering. Sometimes I ask God, where did everything go wrong? Love. Love, because love is the beginning of everything. When you love each other, you can forgive, you can live, you can, until that parts. But people, now it's always about money and no love anymore. It's sad though. Anyway, so when he decided to go, yeah, it was really, I'm yawning, at least my eyes are red. I will make it short so that I go to bed. So let me see the time. Oh, it's almost going to 2 o'clock at night. But I always stay until 2 or 3. But today, for the first time, I'm tired. I don't know. Anyway, the days are different. So what happened is that after he decided, it took me a long time to recover. And when I didn't manage my life properly, I wanted to get over my pain. And at the same time, I'm living in a foreign country. It's only 2 years and 6 months. Was not long enough to know my ways. So the lifestyle frustrated me for years. For years. Because I didn't learn the language. The best thing you can do to yourself when you arrive in Germany, try to learn the language fast. Because the time I tried to learn the language, I did a mistake. I stopped on the way. I started, then I stopped on the way because I wanted to work. For me, money was important because I wanted to help my kids. I had left my 2 boys back in Kenya. And I wanted to pay, they were in boarding school. I wanted to pay school fees. And it was not only school fees, there are other things along with it, and helping family. And with the mentality of Africans, my mind was about helping family back home. And I got so much occupied to that I never thought about myself for 20 good years. The only thing I had was my land that I had bought before I came here. So I don't have anything that I would say like, now I've put up something. Those are the mistakes I made because I never thought about myself. I thought only about the problem back home. And of course, not only that, I messed also here. I was just living my life because, my life has never been a life that I would say has been, I never woke up from, I never was brighter in trying to put my life together, but I was wise to help people, to give people ideas, but I never did it for myself. I could advise people very well, but I didn't do it for myself. Big mistake. So, and also I got married at a young age. That's why my boys grew with me. I grew up with my boys because the marriage was not mine. It was planned, and I was a small girl, and so I got pregnant immediately. I couldn't go away. I realized that I'm in a wrong marriage when I was 17. Then I took off. So you can imagine, at 17 I had 2 children. So what I want to say is that I didn't live my youth, my teenage age. So after that, that's why I'm telling you that my life was messed up in many ways. That's why even when my ex left me, I couldn't put myself together. So many pieces that needed to be put together, a lot that is only God who have put them now and is still working in me. Oh my goodness, he has not yet finished working in me. So I'm married at a teenage age. And let me tell you, if you are married at a teenage age, you didn't live your teenage age things. You didn't play with, you didn't do the things teenage girls do. Believe me, you'll do it after, later, because that part missed. And that's what happened. After my ex left me, I was going out, but I was not really going out I wasn't going out to look for men. I was going out to have fun. I could go out during every weekend. I could buy a new evening outfit to go out. New dress, sometimes with shoes to match, just to have fun, because I needed joy. I wanted happiness, which I couldn't find anywhere. I didn't know God that much. Nowadays, God has satisfied me with love, but I wanted something. Something was missing in my life, and I didn't know how to put my life together. I'm on my own out there, and I've been left in a foreign land with I have to leave. I have to, it's been a journey. And through it all, I have learned many things through the hard way. I didn't even know how to save money. If I had saved money from the moment I came here, because I worked very hard, I had work, I worked hard. But if I was saving money by now, I could have had a very wonderful home, even with swimming pool. But I didn't do anything. So after that, when he left me, I became a believer, and I started to walk with God. The journey was difficult. It's just like taking a street boy or a street kid and put them in a home. There are so many things that need to be adjusted. And that's how I felt I was. I'm living a life. I've never lived my life as a teenager. I've never lived with my parents that much. I have never, and I'm not blaming anyone. It's just like that was the journey of my life. And so I was nowhere. That's how I could say it. I have to live my life on my own. I make wrong decisions. I make right decisions. And I make many wrong turns. Because I believe everybody. If a man comes to my life, I believed he loved me. And men played me, because for me, if you tell me you love me, I believe you. But that's not what it is. And at this time is when I have known. I look back and rewind and see the things that went wrong and what I should adjust. And when you're adjusting something late after many years, it's also not a one-day thing. To stay now, it's enough. I have to start doing this. I have to start doing this. It's not a one day also. It's also a journey. So the first thing, if you go to a foreign country, when they're speaking another language, learn the language, number one. And because we all come here, and of course here in other countries, there are some opportunities, but I would say that the opportunities that you get, save and do something for yourself. But though when you come here, when you have not studied anything and you didn't have enough education to study anything, to get good work is by chance. Only if you have to work hard and do, they call it house building. When you have house building, you get a good work. Like, how do you call it? When you go to college or something. I don't know whether I should translate house building as college. I have to find out. I have to Google. I don't know how they call house building in English. I think it's college. Or even like even training for something, for any job, let me say like that. So that's when you get good job. And for me, I had a difficulty with the German language. You need good German language to learn something. It's for me, I'm not good in language. I speak good German. I speak German, or I flow in it, but my grammar is not good. And I think those are the challenges I faced that made me not really to work hard on learning anything that I would get certificate to get a better job. So when you don't have any certificate or learn anything, the works you do is like hustling, like back home. So that's how I have lived. So at the moment, to be honest, to tell you about myself, at the moment I'm not working because I'm not working, and even with this epidemic, it's hard to get work at this moment. And those are the mistakes I did. Is there anything I've forgotten to say? And also, I want to warn our Kenyan girls, if you anytime you find yourself in Germany, be careful. There's one nationality that are going around saying that if they wanna, they are going for Kenyan girls more, and they fool them, they use them. That one I would tell you, when you come here, be careful, because it's never love. I really protected my young Kenyan girls who came here. I really encourage them to take care of themselves, to study, to keep away from, those who are running behind them. There's a system here that say when you come here, there's a certain tribe that normally like running behind new Kenyan girls who have come to Germany, and they fool them and tell them how much they love them, but it's not love, it's for fun. I will not mention their name. I don't want them to come for me, but you Kenyans, you can guess, you know what I'm talking about. I didn't mention anything. And even the other day, I met one of their ladies who said the same. She even told me that they've been approaching her and ask her if they know any Kenyan. I mean, if you want me to explain to you personally, I would prefer to explain to you personally when we talk privately, but not here. I have friends from those people, and I don't want them to kind of, So I don't like when women are being used. Also, it hurts me. It hurts me so bad, because I believe we are human beings. We should be respected. And I also feel that my fellow Kenyans should also not be used when I'm seeing. So I've really helped many young girls who have come here to open their eyes to know, unless they don't want to open their eyes. So if you are coming here as a student, or wherever you are coming in for as a lady, I'm talking to young girls, be careful. Be careful. If you find a relationship for the Germans, it's okay. But the other way around, I'm not saying they are bad, but be careful, because they are true people, and there are some who just want to, misuse. Anyway, so that's one thing I'll tell you that is happening. And I think I've said the ones I can remember. If there are ones I don't remember, I will say next time, yeah? And because I want the best for each and every individual in life, anything I see that is not okay or healthy for someone and is near me, I would say it, because there's nothing good like everybody having a good life. There's nothing good like when everybody's happy. Is it not always good to be around happy people, not miserable people? Me, I get bored when I'm around miserable people. I don't get bored, but I don't, I like fun. Hey, I like fun. And when somebody is sorrowful, going through some things, you don't enjoy their environment. So for me, I don't like when people go through pain. I don't like when somebody is crying. All what I want is let us be happy. We live only one time. This is me. My environment is never boring. And when somebody is around me and it's boring, I tend to limit the time with the person. I even feel like I'm in jail because we live one time. One time we live, yes. We don't live life. Life is a gift from God, and long life is a gift from God also. So we live one time. So that's why for me, I want to wish everybody the best. And I've come to realize that evil people, they don't like when you are doing right. They fought me. They fought me. Even the closest people to me, they misuse you. They fight you because they are afraid of the right things you are doing. Because they want to cover up their own doing. So, but nowadays, I know them. I see them when they are coming from far away. They can't play me. No evil person can play me. I watch them from a distance. So what I want to say, I love the best for everybody, every individual, every person on this earth should have the best. And we should, if the earth could be like that, we'll be living in a bed of roses, surely. But that is how life is. Well, I will stop here right now. I put a watch here to be to be looking at the time. You can see what time it is. Is this watch little learning? It is stopped. This watch, I have to put battery. Let me see what time it is. It's 2:13. It is stopped. I have to change the battery. Anyway, my dear viewers, thank you so much for coming to my channel. God bless you. Have a wonderful time. Take care of yourselves, sanitize, wash your hands. Me, I've washed my hands and